know what time it is? What time is it?
8:36.
8:36?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta be up by 9, right?
No.
Let's do a couple more questions and then call it a night. I can't
Yeah.
see the person
Yes.
who hired me. Yeah.
That sounds good.
A couple more questions and call it.
Do that.
Okay, let's do that. Yes.
How would you?
Are you making this up as you go? How do you play with? Okay.
How do you describe love? Because I've been trying to figure it out.
I got it for you. I got it. Ready? Remember the first time you were doing acid with your boys in the car? You will not need to do a survey. Everything that you need from that person, all of that secret neediness you have, all of those secret things that you're hoping they do, and or maybe you just. Oh, I had several thoughts all at once. There used to be a show called Three's Company, and they would all try and get through the door at the same time, and my thoughts just did that. You'll know.
What is that feeling?
Okay, life is not a puzzle to be solved, it's a mystery to be lived. And when you say what does it mean? It means real joy, real happiness. You won't have to fake it. It'll be mutual. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a hot flash as though I said something wrong. I don't know what that means, but I don't feel like I'm at liberty right now to answer that question. I cannot postulate being a preacher right now.
Hold your stars.
I think it's so cute when the folks that you go to school with snap. It's really supportive and sweet. What it is maybe the opposite of a black hole. Hear that appropriately. What other questions do you have? Yes, sir?
You mentioned that you come from a background where people aren't exactly supportive of what you believe. I just want to know how you come to terms with that. Maybe from your past companies, actually.
I love this school.
You're a life
The last school is like, what's your favorite color?
What is your favorite color?
It's yellow.
You're a life coach.
That's really bizarre when people claim that. That's the most narcissistic, audacious thing I've ever heard. I'm going to be a life coach, guys. Because I am super spot on. I want to, you know what? I want to beat those people. I want to lock them in a room with whoever invented the backup commercial beep on vehicles and parking enforcement, and just let them all sort it out together. That's a process, not an event. Also, you know what? I think the reason I'm having such a troublesome time in my heart answering these things right now is because I haven't been very good to myself lately. And when I am, I feel at liberty to answer this stuff. But I have been swimming with my own stuff lately, and as I try to land the plane, I've been just up in the air my whole life. I've always been touch and go, and I've never experienced being grounded. I'm getting grounding for the first time, and it's really uncomfortable for me. So I've been experiencing a lot of that and a lot of uncertainty with where I am. I have been. My folks just came to visit. They actually stayed for 10 days, which is way too long for anybody to stay, let alone my folks. And, luckily, we have a guest house, and it's 50 yards from the main house, so that was a real blessing indeed. But I've been thinking about it because I hold a lot of resentment for the ways for all that. I have held a lot of resentment, and how I've come to terms is it started with this. once a year, starting in 2005, I began going to a place, going to a place for 10 days called Vipassana. Vipassana translates to seeing things for what they are, and it's one of the few links that you can find on my website. It's dhamma.org, and it'll tell you all about it. It's a meditation course. There's no idol worship. There's no prayer wheels. Nobody jams a crystal up your butt and your life is solved. It's simply the observation of breath and scanning the body's electromagnetic sensations and just observing what's happening in the body as it arises and passes away without craving or aversion or attachment, and just observing what's happening and not putting judgment on it. And it's the practice of doing this. I don't know the last time anybody sat still for an hour and observed their breath or the feelings that would come up for them in their body physiologically and otherwise. But remember how awesome it felt just for an hour. Imagine doing it for 10 days, 11 hours a day, on a fantastic. It's free. It's room and board is provided. They treat you like kings. They don't want any commercial stigma attached. These are real people with real care, and it's not a cult. You're not forced to stay there. It's just the place for you to observe breath, and I can tell you more about this afterwards if you like. Anyways, to get to my point, and forgive me if I skipped around a bit on that, but my first experience at Vipassana, I came out of one of the meditation sessions at nighttime with just this really honest and simple revelation. It was, oh, I don't need them being my family or my mom or any of them. I don't need them to understand me anymore. I really need them to understand themselves. I spent so much time trying to prove myself, you know, that my path was valid, and that there's, and he even called them out on how fucked up theirs was. But there was just fire with fire, and there was such a release in knowing that I don't need them to understand me anymore. I need them to understand themselves. And that takes a little dissolution of the ego. It takes a little letting go. It takes a little practice. When it comes up, you have to remember to not repress it or express it, but just to look at it. Oh, this is my doubt, my worry, my joy, whatever it is that comes up for you, and check out your physiological reaction. Gosh, I'm ready to go and do a whole course right now, but I can't do that. But it's DHAMMA, Dhamma.org, and it's the only thing in my 37 years that has been 100% true, without ulterior motives, and scientific and honest, and has caused exponential amounts of healing in my life, and the consequences are immediate. The consequences are immediate in the way that eating food cures hunger, in the way that breathing cures suffocation. It's immediate. It's honest and immediate. The way exercise makes the body feel better that day. It's immediate. When we show up, when you abandon the excuses and all that you're holding on to, when you just show up for whatever it is, physical or mental. I used to be 240 pounds, and when I was living in that car, I was 240 pounds, drinking and smoking every night, and now I'm 190 because Thanksgiving, dog. But I hold it about 180, which is into triathlons, and I've also come to realize after all these years that exercise and sleep and eating proper actually work. It's not just like a cliche thing that people have been stuffing down my throat my whole life. It actually is the answer. But yeah, so gosh, that's a lot of information and a lot of me carrying on. It's just so important to me, because writing is writing, but I mean, it's all centered around writing about this experience they were in together. And you guys, it's really effed up out there right now. There's a proposal that Ani DeFranco just sent to me, and I don't know necessarily how and to what degree I'm able to participate in the movement right now. I want to find the best way in and the most effective way to help, because the 1% is not a cliche. They really are running everything, and you guys will learn more and more and more about this if you've got the right teachers. And rather than being more cattle herded through the gates, generation after another generation, we do have the opportunity, with the attention that's happening right now in media, to do something. And I have a proposal that I haven't fully read through in my inbox right now from Ani DeFranco. Franco. I just know that I trust her very much, and I'm looking forward to reading it, and maybe I can offer that. If you email me, I'm super accessible, but let's just all contribute to psychological evolution, participate in our existence quite a bit much more than what we have been, continue to be mindful and aware, and show up. Don't just show up. Just show up. Gosh, I certainly, my intention is not to be on a pedestal or be preachy. I think just society is at a head right now, and we all gotta do something together. Gosh, I should humbly bow out of saying any more before I just rambled far too much.